Hello, I'm Tom Groneman. I'm on the board presently. I'm the vice president, and I'm going to be acting as the master of ceremonies this evening for the swearing-in ceremony of newly elected board members. At this time, I would like to call the Honorable Timothy Dupree and Stevie Wakes to the podium, please, for swearing in.
Good evening, Mr. Groneman.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
What's in front of you?
Yeah, that's fine.
You can stand right here, it's just fine, unless there's a specific position. You're gonna be raising your right hand. There you go. Please repeat after me. I, Stevie A. Wake Sr.,
I, Stevie A. Wake Sr.,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of a member of the Board of Public Utilities
as a member of the Board of Public Utilities
in the city of Kansas City,
in
Kansas,
the city of Kansas City, Kansas,
county of Wyandotte,
county of Wyandotte,
and state of Kansas.
state of Kansas.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I will. Thank you very much. Congratulations. There's some. John.
Do you have a few words that you'd like to say and people you'd like to introduce
Definitely.
this time?
First of all, I'd like to have my wife to stand, Mrs. Stephanie Wakes, and then my children, Michael, Joshua, Jocelyn, Jemiah, to stand. I'd like to have the congregation of my church to stand.
Oh,
And my coworker at the D's office. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. Just leave it there. Okay. Stevie Anthony Wakes Sr. Stevie Anthony Wakes was born in Topeka, Kansas, and moved to Kansas City, Kansas in 1985. After obtaining his first bachelor's degree in religion in 1984 from Bishop College in Dallas, Texas, Stevie also earned a Master's of Divinity degree from the Central Baptist Theological Seminary in Shawnee, Kansas, a second bachelor's degree in Spanish education from the University of Missouri in Kansas City, and a Master of Business Administration degree from Baker University in Baldwin City, Kansas. Stevie is the senior pastor of the Olivet Institutional Baptist Church, where he has now served for over 35 years. He has worked for the HLJ Management Company in Lenexa, Kansas, and later for the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation in Kansas City, Missouri. Stevie is fluent in Spanish and taught Spanish language and culture in Kansas City, Kansas, and the Kansas City, Missouri public schools. In his service to the community, Stevie has been a community organizer, former president of the Kansas City, Kansas NAACP, former president of Turtle Hill Neighborhood Association, former vice president of Tremont Neighborhood Association, and former community liaison for the Unified Government's Northeast Development Plan. In addition to his role as pastor, he also works for the Unified Government's Office of the District Attorney as an administrative support specialist, and was selected to be a participant in the first cohort of the Wyandotte Leads Leadership Initiative. Stevie and his wife Stephanie have 5 children. They were married in Kansas City, Kansas, and are proud to have become dots. Let's welcome Mr. Wakes to the this time. Would the Honorable Kathleen Lynch and Brett Parker come to the podium?
Parker,
I, Brett Parker,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of a member of the Board of Public Utilities
of a member of the Board of Public Utilities
of the City of Kansas City, Kansas,
for the City of Kansas City, Kansas,
County of Wyandotte,
County of Wyandotte,
and State of Kansas.
State of Kansas. So help me God.
Congratulations.
Would you like to say a few words? Okay. Brett Parker graduated from the University of Missouri, Kansas City with a BA in secondary education. Brett taught non-native English speakers for 5 years in the Olathe School District. While teaching, Brett was active in the Olathe National Education Association, serving on the executive board as a member of the negotiations team and as vice president. His advocacy for students and fellow teachers led Brett to run for and win a seat in the Kansas legislature in 2016. In 2021, after leaving the legislature, Brett joined the board of directors for Jewish Family Services of Kansas City and joined the staff of the Kansas National Education Association, where he works supporting teachers in the greater Kansas City area. At this time, let's welcome Brett. Now, if I could get the Honorable Kate Lynch and Rose Mulvaney Henry to come to the.
I, Rose Mulvaney Henry. I, Rose Mulvaney Henry, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Kansas, and the Constitution of the State of Kansas, and faithfully discharge the duties of a member of the Board of Public Utilities in the City of Kansas City, Kansas, County of Wyandotte, and the State of Kansas. So help me God.
Hey, you'll need to sign the other one too. Okay. Rose, would you like to make a few comments? I don't.
Poor Bob, thought he was going to get out here really early and here I am at the podium again. No, I just want to say a few words. Obviously, I wanted to thank God for putting me in a position again to serve my community. I have lived in Wyandotte County almost the entirety of my life. The only time I didn't live here is when I was in college at KU. I did that for you, Dennis and Jeremy, and when I was in law school at Washburn. Incidentally, I was in law school at the same time as a very, very dear friend of mine and a mentor to me, and that is the Honorable Kate Lynch, who I had the pleasure of just administering the oath to me. She did it the first time I was sworn in. She did it tonight for me. That there is a person who also has served this community so well. Absolutely. And continues also lifelong Wyandotte Countyan, right? I'd also like to thank my family. My husband, John Henry's here. Without him, I would not be standing on a daily basis. So John, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything. Thank you for allowing me to do this, honestly. And to the people of Wyandotte County, thank you for having the faith in me again. I appreciate your faith in me. I will do everything in my power not to let you down. And please know, my door is always open proverbially. I'm always available via email or phone call, so don't hesitate to call me. And last, I'd like to thank, my fellow board members, for all the work that we've done in this previous 4 years that I was on the board. I look forward to, the rest of the time I have in this term, to continue the work that we've started. So thank you very much. This really is the last thing. I'd like to once again publicly thank, Bob Mylan for being the longest serving public servant. Served this board for a long time, served it well, served it honorably. And I said a couple of weeks ago, Bob, that we will never as a community be able to repay our debt. And I reiterate that tonight. So thank you for everything you've done. I appreciate your service. Thank you all.
Rose Mulvaney Henry. Miss Mulvaney Henry has served on the BPU board for 4 years, having been first elected in 2019. Mulvaney Henry is a native of Kansas City, Kansas, where she attended Bishop Ward High School. She furthered her education and received her BA in English from the University of Kansas and her JD from the Washburn University School of Law. Rose is currently admitted to practice in Kansas. Rose is currently the Vice President of Regulatory and Legislative Affairs for Metronet, the largest privately held fiber-to-premise company in the United States. Prior to joining Metronet in 2021, Rose enjoyed a long and diverse career in the communications utility industry, ranging from a wireless industry entrepreneur to regulatory and telephone industry with the Kansas Corporation Commission, to the Vice President and Regulatory Affairs for Birch Telecoms, Inc., to in-house counsel for Sprint Corporation, to the representation of various clients as outside counsel with Bradley, Arent, Bolt, Cummings, LLP, and then with her own private practice in Kansas City, Kansas. Rose has lived nearly her entire life in Kansas City, Kansas, and is very proud of her dot roots. In her spare time, Rose enjoys lending helping hand to worthy nonprofits with their development initiatives. She also has a passion for criminal justice reform and workforce development programs. Rose and her husband, John Henry, live in Kansas City, Kansas. Their son, Justin, and his wife, Sophia, with 2 grandchildren, also live in the metro area. Let's welcome. That concludes the installation of officers or of board members, and there will be a reception following the actual board meeting in the lobby. So please join us for the reception. Thank you. If Rose and Mr. Wakes and Mr. Parker would please assume your positions at the head table, we appreciate it.
Shine out.
This way.
Make it official. It's not one of mine. You want these other two? No. Stevie needs to sign one additional copy.
We only had one in mind.
We only had one here, okay.
And Mrs. Dupree's gone, so.
And then there's.
Good evening. I'm going to go ahead and call the regular session of the Board of Directors, the Board of Public Utilities to order this evening. Roll call, please.
Roll call. Mulvaney Henry,
Here.
Parker,
Here.
Gonzalez,
Here.
Groneman,
Here.
Haley,
Present.
Wakes.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to approve this evening's agenda, please?
Was
Move to
that-
approve.
Haley, second.
Do you want to substitute names?
Yeah, actually, point of order. Can I move to amend this evening's agenda to modify the names of the board members that are listed on the roll call and substitute Brett Parker for Jeff Bryant, District 3, and to substitute, whoa, he took it off. Come on, Rob. And to substitute Mr. Stevie Wakes in place of Robert L. Mylan, Senior, District 1.
Move to approve the amended agenda.
Haley, second.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Roll call. Henry,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Gonzalez,
Aye.
Groneman,
Aye.
Haley,
Aye.
Wakes.
Aye.
That motion carries.
Before I ask for a motion to approve the minutes for the regular session of December 2023, I will ask if there are any modifications or corrections that need to be made. Hearing none.
Move to approve the minutes.
Haley, second.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Roll call. Mulvaney Henry,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Gonzalez,
Aye.
Groneman,
Aye.
Haley,
Aye.
Wakes.
Aye.
That motion carries.
That's
Thank you.
Wakes District 1.
We are going to go and move immediately into board comments. Senator Haley, you're up, sir.
That moved rather swiftly, Madam President. Normally, of course, we hear from our general manager before we get to those, so you caught me a little bit.
And I can go now if that's okay.
No, we've already, I see
We're going to
now-
double amend the agenda?
I see now on the agenda that that's how it is, but thank you for your willingness, Mr. Johnson, and I'll be brief. First, let me congratulate you, Madam President, for your reelection and for being inaugurated to your second term. I was especially proud to see, since I was the one you defeated first term, how well you did again on the second term. Very supportive of it and glad to have you back. And to our new colleagues as well, Mr. Parker and Mr. Wakes, both gentlemen I've had the pleasure of working with in different capacities. Sincere congratulations on your joining us this evening. I look forward to working with both of you on many items. This is 2 years, it's kind of nostalgic. 2 years ago, today or within this week, I was joining this board, was sworn in. Congratulations again to those that are here to welcome in your new board. Let me also say, I don't know if Mr. Mylan is still with us, to thank him for his service here. It bears repeating. He is the longest serving that has been on any tribunal in Wyandotte County. And public service is very difficult. It's more difficult than most people realize. And to have his tenure, to have that tenacity, the insight, and the patience to do so is indeed laudable. And Bob Mylan, we all salute and thank you for your service to Wyandotte County and to this board. I've put previously the first board meeting in November, and then again codified in writing the first in December, and now this is the first of the new year. Some of the ideals of what brought me to this aspect of public service, and it's been codified in writing, and I will not reiterate it right now, though I plan to, but for the sake of this time, why I'm here, what I'm doing, who I hope we are, what this utility means to this community, how we can make it as responsive, if not more so, to the concerns of the people that are here, and to maintain the balance that we have of having one of the most stellar municipal utilities, not just in the region, but in the country. So I hope we can find a way to reconcile some of those areas, and I will speak to that at some point subsequent to that. I'm just particularly personally elevated to welcome you, the three of you, back and to this board, and look forward to serving with you, to you and to those who have supported you. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator. Mr. Groneman?
I'd just like to thank everyone that showed up this evening to help us in this installation and in this celebration of two new members to the board and the reelection of Ms. Henry. It's been a pleasure to work with Bob Mylan and with Jeff Bryan over the last number of years that I've been on the board. And I look forward to that same relationship with our new members. And I think that we will, where we might not always agree, we will agree to disagree. And we'll get along fine, and we will do what needs to be done for the betterment of Wyandotte County and KCK and the Board of Public Utilities. So thank you and welcome back, Ms. Henry.
Thank you, Mr. Groneman. Mr. Wakes?
Thank you, Ms. Rose Mulvaney Henry. I want to thank you again for the opportunity to be a part of this board. Got a chance to really get to know you during our campaigning, and very pleased to have the opportunity to work with you, Mr. Haley, as well as Mr. Parker and Mr. Groneman. Get to have this opportunity, as well as Ms. Gonzalez. This is going to be a great opportunity. I think that the people who you see here in the room are the people that really supported my candidacy, and primarily Mr. Mylan. Mylan, God bless you, and thank you so much for you introducing me to this opportunity, and thank God for giving me the okay to go forward. And want to thank my church and my family, especially my wife, and then my brother. I see my brothers coming, and then my boss, Mr. Dupree, and PIO, Mr. Jonathan Carter. Thank you both for coming in and supporting this, as well as, it was Mr. Dupree's brother who agreed to do this because, of course, Judge Candace Zacharias, who will serve with us in the DA's office, could not be here. But thank you both for being here to represent Wyandotte County, as well as Sister Linda Holbert, who was also here. But it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this opportunity. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this opportunity to really serve the people of Wyandotte County. And I think that we have an opportunity to really do some great things. As you know, this year, I got a chance to sit in to see the enormous budget and then to begin to try to understand the rate increases, and then a lot of the concerns of the customer service of the various citizens of Wyandotte County. And so hopefully we can move to a happy medium to where everyone's now can say that I really love my utility. That's what I want. That's my goal, to see everyone say, I really love the utility that serves Wyandotte County. That's what I want to see happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wakes. Mr. Parker?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to say a heartfelt thank you to my constituents who put their faith in sending me to this position. Public service is something that's always been incredibly important to me, whether as a teacher, as a legislator, as a nonprofit board member. I take this work seriously. I'm proud to be able to join my fellow board members in this work. Honored to get to be your colleagues in this. And my previous public service came in the legislature in Topeka, and I'm sure it will shock no one in this room that oftentimes that work is driven by partisanship and pre-established agendas. And I guess both to constituents and colleagues want to say that I'm looking forward to working on a truly community board with fellow members of my community for the benefit of all of our constituents. We might not always agree, but I promise to always be open-minded and persuadable I'm someone who's big on doing my homework, looking at the facts, doing my research. And so no matter what decision we have to make, I hope that you all can count on me as someone who will do my due diligence, listen, be open-minded to whatever you have to say, and try and make decisions in the best interest of all the great people that we serve. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Mrs. Gonzalez?
I'd like to also welcome our new members, Mr. Wicks and Mr. Parker, and take this minute to thank Mr. Mylan, who's been long-serving and my mentor on this board and my friend. And also Jeff Bryant, I'd like to thank him for the service that he's done for his community. I hope this board will be refreshed and renewed with the new membership and work hard for our citizens as we move into 2024. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys have already heard me speak enough this evening, so I won't prolong this. But I'm sure Bill has a whole bunch to say. But I would be remiss if I did not, he's been recognized once, but I want to thank the other elected official, other than the judges who are in the room with us. Thank you, District Attorney Dupree, for coming and attending tonight. Appreciate you. That's all I have. Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Madam President. So last board meeting, we did say thank you to Bob Mylan, Jeff Bryant. So I would echo that again tonight. Thank you for your service to the community. Thank you for your service to BPU, to our community as a whole. And as far as tonight, on behalf of all of the BPU staff, we'd like to congratulate our newly elected board members. You've been voted into your position by the public, and it is an honor and a privilege to serve on this board of public utilities. BPU board members are considered stewards of the public trust, who is expected to act in the best interest of our utility and must always accept their fiduciary and ethical responsibilities. Being an elected board member also requires quite a bit of sacrifice on your time, as you will be dealing with a lot of public conversation, a lot of public interest, and it will take a lot of personal time that you'll have to invest in order that you continue to ensure that this utility continues to provide the best possible electric and water service in the most efficient and cost-effective manner to our community. Our staff is proud to have each of you serve on our governing board. We remain committed to supporting you however we can in the mission and the goals that we've established as a utility. So to Rose, Stevie, and Brett, congratulations on being a part of our board of public utilities. And again, thank you for all of your support. And as Thomas said earlier, and Rose has already echoed, if you want to hang around, we will have a light reception following tonight's board meeting. Madam President, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I so move. Wakes.
Haley, second.
It's been moved and seconded. A roll call, please.
Roll call. Mulvaney Henry,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Gonzalez,
Aye.
Groneman,
Aye.
Haley.
Aye.
Wakes.
Aye.
That motion carries. This meeting is adjourned.
You got right into there, buddy.